Think you know the Revolutionary War? Think again. There were secret spy rings, plots to kill George Washington, and fake news campaigns before fake news was even a thing. Before we dive in, hit that like button if you love history, and subscribe so you never miss the wild stories they don't teach in school. 1. George Washington ran a spy network. He wasn't just a general. He was basically America's first spy master. Washington created the Culper Ring, a group of everyday people who used codes, fake names, and invisible ink to pass information. Their work literally helped win battles, and no one even knew who they were until 150 years later. 2. The British hired German soldiers to fight for them. They weren't just redcoats. They brought in 30,000 Hessian mercenaries. These guys didn't care about the cause. They were in it for the paycheck. But a lot of them ended up staying in America after the war and becoming citizens. 3. A plot to kill George Washington nearly worked. In 1776, a secret conspiracy within his own guard tried to assassinate him. One of the men involved was his personal bodyguard, who was later executed in front of 20,000 troops. It was one of the first known acts of treason in the new nation. 4. Paul Revere didn't ride alone. You've heard the British are coming. That's only part of the story. Revere was joined by William Dawes and Samuel Prescott, and Prescott was actually the only one who finished the ride. Revere got caught by the British and never completed the warning. 5. The war wasn't just fought in America. There were battles in the Caribbean, in India, and on the seas around Europe. France and Spain jumped in, making it basically a world war. America wouldn't have won without that global pressure on Britain. 6. Benjamin Franklin used fake news as a weapon. He made up a story about British troops scalping women and children, printed fake newspapers, and had them smuggled into England. It was psychological warfare, and it helped turn public opinion against the war. 7. The Declaration of Independence was dangerous to sign. By putting their names on that document, the Founding Fathers were risking their lives. If they lost the war, every signature was basically a death sentence. Some lost their homes, families, and fortunes in the fight for freedom. 8. Native Americans fought on both sides. Different tribes picked different allies, depending on what they thought would protect their land. The Iroquois Confederacy actually split in two over the war, and after it ended, Native groups were largely pushed aside by both the British and Americans. 9. Disease killed more soldiers than battle. Smallpox, dysentery, and other illnesses wiped out more troops than bullets ever did, as George Washington even ordered mass inoculations for his army. One of the first large-scale vaccine efforts in U.S. history. It probably saved the Revolution. 10. The final battle wasn't in Yorktown. Yorktown was the last major land battle, but the war kept going for another 2 years. The final shots were fired in 1783. In India? Yeah, the British Empire was that stretched, so now you know. The Revolutionary War wasn't just powdered wigs and tea parties. It was spies, global battles, and wild stories buried deep in the past. If any of these facts surprised you, smash that like button and drop your favorite in the comments. And if you're into secret history and untold facts, subscribe. We've got more coming every week.